Hey Floss Tube, this is Veronica with Night Stitch, and I have a Floss Tube update today. It is Thursday, June 11th, 2026, and let's see what I worked on. First thing is from the British baking show. This was Sophie's project. It's House Targaryen. The shop on Etsy is closed, so I don't bother listing who made it. Amazing Grays is the fabric I'm using. It's 32 count Lugana. And this got assigned 90 stitches for baking show. So I worked up here. I finished the A and then I did the whole letter T and I started on the E here. This is 298 high by 152 wide. The last time I showed you it had 21,040 stitches in it. I put in 90 stitches, so now it has 21,130 stitches in it. This is also from Baking Show. This is Visit London by WIPGO. It's a kit. I'm not using the kit fabric. I'm using Rose Taupe by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. I'm using the kit Floss. It's the whole fabric, but it fits on half. I just didn't want to cut it down yet. So I continued working this way from the top down. This is 100 high by 140 wide. It has 14,000 stitches in it total. This is Steven's project and it got assigned 80 stitches last week. So the last time I showed you it had 4,298 stitches in it. I put in 80 more stitches. So now it has 4,378 stitches in it. It's at 31.27% done and it has 9,622 stitches left. This one is Baking Show. This is Portrait of Veronica by Mirabilia. I'm using Monster Mash by Picture This Plus. It's 32 count Lugana. This got assigned 120 stitches. I'm outlining the bow on her dress and I kept going and then I started filling in some of the inside of the outline. So this is 254 high by 203 wide. The last time I showed you it had 2,943 stitches in it. I put in 120 stitches. So now it has 3,063 stitches in it. This one is Baking Show. This is my Englishman Gnome by Cute Broidery on Etsy. I'm using Sunkissed Apricot by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. I changed my course of action and started finishing the top of his hat over here, so the top of his hat is done and I started working down. So this is 106 high by 97 wide. The last time I showed you it had 2,489 stitches in it. I put in 243 stitches and now it has 2,732 stitches in it. I assigned this 240 stitches total, and I went over by 3 because I wasn't paying attention. And this is Chris's project in the baking show. This is WIPGO. So I finished this on May 29th. I finished the WIPGO goal. This is In the Moment by Daphne Bursinet. It's a dimensions kit. I'm using Daydream fabric by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Lugana, and it's just because I decided to use different fabric because I got frustrated with this kit a long time ago, and I ended up throwing out what I had done on the old fabric, so I just got myself a new one. So I worked up here again in the blue, and I started filling in more of the V and the blue, like the light blue. So this is 224 high by 112 wide. I put in 285 stitches. No, that's not right. Hang on. I put in 510 more stitches, and then I hit my 1,000 goal on May 29th. So we'll be crossing that off the WIPGO board today. And yeah, so I actually went over the 1,000 stitches by 12 because sometimes I don't pay attention. So now it has 3,355 stitches in it. Okay, this one is Baking Show. This is Gryffindor Crest by Little Mojo. It's free on Lord Lividen's website. I'm using Storm Chaser by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Ghana. I assigned this project 320 stitches based on last week's episode, and I worked out here. I just kept filling in 10 by 10 grids out this way. So this is 239 high by 187 wide. The last time I showed you, I had 17,372 stitches in it. I put in 320 stitches, so now it has 17,692 stitches left. Or not left, in it. This one was WIP of the week, and this one is finished. This is Soar Today by Pinoy Stitch. I used Oh My Moose by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. It's done. So this is 72 high by 67 wide. I started it on June 16th, 2023. I finished it on June 8th, 2026. All in all, it took me 11 days to do it, but that was spread out between 3 years. Because I started on June 16th, 2023. At some point in August of 2024, I worked on it again. And between that time period, there were 8 days that I worked on it. Then in 2026, I worked on it for 3 days in June. And I put in 750 stitches to finish it off. It came out to having 2,480 stitches in it total. So it is done. I used a combination of iris floss and then some floss that I had that matched the pattern but not DMC because I wanted to use up some of my extra random floss that I'd been given. So this is Monopoly. I did not finish all my Monopoly stitching, so I'm not going to be playing another round of Monopoly today. I did this pattern. It's out of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas 2024. I'm using I Lilac You a Lot by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. It's called Christmas Morning. And I just kept filling in more of the green throughout the tree. This is 66 high by 51 wide. Last time I showed you it had 659 stitches in it. I put in 41 stitches, so now it has 700 stitches in it. So I actually said that wrong. I put in 100 stitches. I checked my Monopoly thing because I owe this still. I still owe this 100 stitches, so I must have only recorded one of the things because I have my stitch counter and I click it every time that I make a stitch, and if I do it across multiple days, I keep the number on there so I know what the target number is, but then I didn't record it in my Excel sheet. For my one sheet that has my stats, my other sheet has Monopoly, and I usually transfer it over, but this time I didn't. Probably because I was distracted because my friend was here, and I didn't bring this with me because I just worked on it at home. So this got 100 stitches. This one is Driving Sampler. This is designed by Cheryl McKinnon, and I charted it into one pattern. This is Lavender Mist by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And this one is recorded correctly. So I worked on the taxi and I finished that, and then I started the stop sign, which is underneath the steering wheel. So this is 150 high by 100 wide. It is 4,961 stitches total. I put in 158 stitches. So now it has 2,104 stitches in it, and it's at 42.41% done, and it has 2,857 stitches left. Okay, this one is Monopoly, and it's another finish. This is Doreen Jones, Christmas Advent Calendar Day 16. This is my Jam by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. And it's this one here, and it's done. So this is 44 high by 25 wide. It had 1,122 stitches total. I put in 372 stitches to finish it off. And I went over the Monopoly count because I finished all the stitching, and then I thought I should just finish all the back stitching so that it's all done. So next time somebody is in jail for Monopoly, I will start day 17. Well, yay, 2 finishes in one video. That's not that common for me. Because I never finish anything. Okay, I do, but it just takes a while. So this next one is Monopoly. It's out of the Cross Stitch Crazy magazine. It's this cupcake. These are all charted individually. I put them all on one, so that I'm doing this one right now. And I'm kind of just winging it as far as where it goes on the fabric. So I started in the middle like I always do with that big cupcake. And then I'll see where I want to put the other ones. So I'm using D-Moss by Fiberlicious as 32 count Lugana. And I assigned this 50 stitches, so I just started filling in more of the parked threads so that doesn't have so many hanging. So now I just have waist knots in there. I went over the assigned stitch count just so I could get some of those threads cleaned up. So this is so far 35 high by 33 wide, and I approximated that it has 1,155 stitches in that one cupcake. Last time I showed you it had 50 stitches. I added 67, so now it has 117 stitches in it. And this cupcake is 10.13% done, and it has 1,038 stitches left. This one is my other WIPGO project, which I finished the 1,000 stitch goal on. And I did that on May 28th. This is Fall Sweet Fall by the Calico Confectionery. I'm using Elpis by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And this is another one where I'm using random floss that I have and not my DMC. So I finished the pumpkins. Not quite. It's the fruit of the pumpkins. The stem of the pumpkins is still not done. I finished the cat and I started the words. So this is 75 high by 86 wide. I put in 134 stitches to finish off the WIPGO goal of 1,000. So now it has 1,819 stitches in it total. So we'll be crossing that off the WIPGO board today as well. Okay, now I don't have Monopoly to put in. I don't have Milestone to put in because I didn't work on those. I forgot my stitch counter when I was with my friend, so I didn't want to work on any Milestone stuff because that one's very stitch count intensive and I want to be like actually correct about it. Otherwise I feel like I'm cheating at the game. So I am going to do the WIPGO board cross off now. So here's the WIPGO board. I finished my May projects. So number 15 was here. And number 18 is here. No bingos yet, apparently. Yeah. I feel like this board is going to be crazy because it's going to be no bingos and then 8 bingos all at once probably. Okay, that's done. I did finish all my baking show stitching. So baking show is going to be, I watched the next episode today, this morning, so I'm going to pull those projects and show you those. Some of them are repeats from last time, so you've already seen. But I'm going to pause the video here and then I'm going to come back with what the projects I need. So I'll be right back. We're going to shake for WIP of the week. The project is Christmas in London. Okay, here's the stuff that I'm going to be working on. So this is my board with the bake-off stuff on it. Julia is the first one. So Julia had courage. So this is pattern I designed. It's on Etsy on my Patriotic Stitcher shop. This is Cafe Misto by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Lugana. Or 28 count opal Lugana. So this project got assigned 320 stitches. I'm pretty sure since I only have to finish the word shitless, which the E is almost done and there's 2 S's, it might finish it before the 320 stitches. If it does, I'll just, finish the project and then call the rest of the stitches null and void because I don't need to do them. If Julia gets something for episode 4, then I'll pull a new project for her. Otherwise, I'll just finish this and call it a day. Next, we have Flo. Flo's project is US Travel Shelf. This is an Amy Stewart design, and it's on Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm using 25 count Lugana. It's apple green. And I'm working on one of the pages going up. And I'm trying to go up to the top left. Alright, that one got assigned 150 stitches. Stacy is next. Hers is my Grey's Anatomy pattern that I designed. I haven't started it yet, so this will be a new start. I picked this fabric, Plum Mystique. It's 32 count by Fiberlicious. 32 count Lugana, sorry. And that got assigned 180 stitches. This one is, Stephen is Visit London, so I already showed you that. Kate is Chicago, which is this kit from Povitrulia. And I bought this off Amazon. And her, not her, I'm using Willow Ash by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. I meant to say she has a store on Amazon, but I think that was self-evident when I said that she made it and I bought it from Amazon. So this is what I have right now. This got assigned 140 stitches. Okay, that's all for baking show. This next one is WIP of the week. This is Christmas in London by Mirabilia. I'm using Starburst by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And I have this. So those are all the new projects that I pulled. I'm going to keep working on the ones I pulled last week that I didn't work on. That's all the WIPs I have to show, but I'm going to show you Fabric of the Month. I got this Elven Forest from Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And it looks like this. I actually have one more WIP. I worked on the Circus Stitch Along from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I must not have put it in the... I worked on this. This is their 2026 Mystery Stitch Along, and it started on June 4th, I think. So, I'm using November Rain by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And if you don't want spoilers, I mean, I guess you would have to... never mind. It's a lion. I was gonna say if you don't want spoilers, but it's like if you joined the Stitch Along, you would have already gotten the pattern, so there are no spoilers. And if you were waiting to get the pattern, it's because you wanted to wait to see what the clue was. So the clue is a lion. I don't have a stitch count for that because I started it when I was with my friend and I forgot the stitch counter, so. I came home and I started calculating the stitches, but I didn't think that I put it in my sheet, so I'll just have stitches next time. So the last thing I want to show you is this little ephemera pack that I got from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, which is a bunch of stickers, because I like to have stickers in my planner, and so I got their ephemera pack. Okay, those are all the stickers. This is a bookmark. Well, it's the same on the front and the back, but it's like a metallic one where you can, gonna use it in my planner to mark where I am. This is a embroidered patch. And this is a floss card. I'm not gonna use it that way, but there's this on the back, which is like another bookmark, so I'm gonna use it as a bookmark. So, thank you, Frosted Pumpkin. I love your ephemera packs and your patterns. So, that's all that I have today. So, thanks everybody for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!